a speech about Doc Holliday, or John Henry Holliday. So basically the layout of it is I'm going to tell you how he got his name and why he went to gambling other than his profession he went to school for. Then I'm going to tell you about his image portrayed through the movies. And then after that I'm going to tell you his character through the movies, and I'm going to give you some quotes that I've got. And then I'm going to tell you about who I think that Doc Holliday really was as a person. So I guess let's talk about how he got his name. He was a doctor by practice. He started going to doctorate school in 1870. He graduated from there in 2 years in 1872 and became a dentist. That's how he got the doc part of his name, and it just stuck for everybody to call him that. But then he got TB, which is tuberculosis, and it is a disease that kills your lungs. His mom had it. His stepbrother, you could call him, got it. Both of them died. His mom died when he was very little, and so that basically caused him to not care about what happened because he was going to die anyway. So he just stuck to gambling and robbing people, I guess you could say. I guess it's I'm going to tell you about his image portrayed through the movies. He is he's always drinking. He's a drunk in every movie that you watch, really. He is a great shot with any gun he comes in contact with, no matter what it is. It's a 6-shooter, it's a pistol. Never seen him use any rifles, or heard of him using a rifle. He's very well educated, and in every movie he is a cold-blooded killer. And very good gambler, excellent gambler. I guess let's talk about his personality, his character through the movies. He is always well dressed, got the latest fashion. He's very hot-headed, quick-tempered, quick to strike, and he sticks by his friends, Wyatt Earp and the Earp brothers, Morgan and Virgil. He sticks by them basically whenever they need him. And so now I'm just going to give you some quotes that I have found from various sources, and one is what Wyatt Earp said after Holliday passed. Tuberculosis finally caught up with Doc Holliday and he died, and this is what Wyatt Earp said. He said, "Doc Holliday was the most skillful gambler and the nerviest, fastest, and the deadliest man with the 6-gun I ever saw." I guess it kind of tells you about him. You know, he picked up the gun a little bit after he found out he had TB. And after the shootout at the OK Corral, which is how Doc Holliday became a legend in the Wild West, basically, him and Wyatt Earp and the Earp brothers went to go disarm a bunch of cowboys or bandits. And it was a big shootout that lasted 30 seconds, and there were 30 bullets fired in those 30 seconds. And Doc Holliday is forever remembered as a legend in the West by that. But after that, he went back to his hotel room. He had actually got shot in the hip. He went back to his hotel room where his girlfriend was, and he said that was just awful. Awful. I think a cold-blooded killer would say that. So, I guess my question that I'm going to answer, who really is Doc Holliday? Well, there's some contradiction of who he really was as a person. Was he really that much of a gambler, that much of a drinker? Was he really a cold-blooded killer? All that sort of stuff. Well, it's been proven that he was a very skilled gambler who he made a lot of money doing that, lots of money. His accuracy with the gun, though, that's what a lot of people have a hard time figuring out. Was he really such a good shooter? Answer is no. He really wasn't all that accurate with shots. Movies portray him as hitting every target. Bam! Guy's dead. One shot. Real life, if he did that, he would have missed completely. So his accuracy really wasn't all that great as portrayed in the movies. He did stick by his closest friend, Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp was in it with him until Doc Holliday finally died, and Doc Holliday risked his life day in and day out for Wyatt Earp after the OK at the K Corral, or the shootout at the OK Corral. And Doc Holliday was in fact not a cold-blooded killer. Like I gave you that quote, would a cold-blooded killer really say that was just awful? And it said he wept after that. He cried a little bit. The sources I used are from the movie Tombstone, which was filmed in 1993, filmed and produced in 1993. A book by John Myers called Doc Holliday, and a source I found online called John Henry Doc Holliday. And that is it. Thank you all for coming. Hope you have a great evening.